Hello guys, welcome back to this YouTube channel. So today I wanted to do another review on the previous week and give market outlook as well. So this is Euro USD 15-minute chart. So last week I think I took a lot of trade, but they weren't really much. Like I took so many trades last week, but the actual winners weren't much. I just had like so many break evens and had a few losses and maybe I think I don't even remember how many take profit I hit. So I'll be revealing all of them here on Euro USD. So starting off with Monday. So we had Monday here, 1st of August. I didn't really take any trade on Monday because the price action I had wasn't really clear. Like not that it wasn't clear, like the confirmations that I needed to take the trade, they weren't really there. So I didn't just force any trade on Monday. So here on Monday, I was actually looking at this demand range here. Looking at this demand range here. So when price broke above this high and started pushing down, I think that was around London session, New York open. So I think that was somewhere around New York session. So I wanted to look for some kind of 1 minute entry that's regarding this pullback here. Regarding this pullback here, I wanted to see some kind of break of structure on the 1 minute. That's a break of very structure on the 1 minute, and then look for that confirmation higher low, which I normally talk about. That's the this high low count will only be confirmed if I get a higher high somewhere here. So I'll then look to take the trade here on the 1 minute and then target this 15 minutes high. So that was how I actually planned the trade here on Monday. So I didn't really get that. So go to the 1 minute. Let's see if 1 minute. So here, this was the area. So the what I wanted to see was I wanted to see um I wanted to see price break this high, pull back into this range, that this low range. So let's pull back into this range now, and then push up to make any higher high issue somewhere here. And then when price makes that new higher high, I can then take the trade whenever price pulls back into maybe demand zone within this new range. But price didn't really do that. Price didn't really do that as I didn't get the confirmations I needed. Like I didn't get the break above this high. I didn't get the break above this high. And when price came up this high, it came with a week. So I didn't really feel confident even taking a trade maybe from this. That would have been the ideal scenario if this candle closed above this high, but it didn't do it. So I actually didn't just take a trade there. So on Tuesday, oh, that's Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we had this break of structure here. Mm, This brings us to 15 minutes, so it will be not clear on the 15 minutes. So here on Tuesday, I was looking at this low as some kind of, so I was looking at this low as some kind of liquidity, and then this was my demand range. That this low to this high was my demand range. So essentially, I wanted to see price take out this low and maybe and then come into this um, demand zone here. I actually had it marked out today. Then come into this demand zone here because since we are bullish, like since 15-minute structure is making higher highs and higher lows. So I wasn't even trying to maybe start looking for some kind of reversal. Just wanted to just continue taking that and to continue taking the buys from demand zones until they fail. So that's exactly what I was just doing. So when price pulled down here, that in London session, there wasn't really any confirmation here, which I will show you in the 1 minute. So I won't just set a limit based off of this 15-minute zone. I'll need to look for that 1 minute confirmation before taking the trade. Like the 1 minute time frame, the 1 minute structure has to align with that of the 15-minute. That's if the 15-minute is bullish. So we have this break construction here. And then we have this pullback now. So normally on the 15 minutes, we want to see price continue up. So I won't just set a limit down here. Even if the structure on the 15 minutes is, I won't just set a limit down here. I'll wait to see that 1 minute confirmation. That's this whole pullback here, which will be like some kind of 1 minute structure. Sorry, to be like a bearish market structure on the 1 minute, this 15 minutes pullback. I want to see that break of the bearish structure, a higher low confirmation with a new higher high. Then I'll take the trade whenever price comes back into this range here, like into this range, this low and this last one thing. So if price just taps into the range, I could just take the trade somewhere here and then my stop loss will be below here to target the 15 minutes high. So that's how I normally just look at it. So London session here, there wasn't really any confirmation here. Like that was one of the reasons why I didn't take the trade. Mm, this one. So go to the one I had something like this. So that's 1 minute. Not sure this next one. Okay. So here on the 1 minute, if price had tapped into this range, let me say we had something like this. If price has tapped into this range and then pushed up to break above this high. Now look for that confirmation higher low and then take the trade on the next pullback to take out that 15 minutes. That's how I just plan my entry. So here we didn't really get anything from this one. So that was one reason why I deleted this one because there wasn't any reaction to it. So price has now broken 15-minute structure. So down here, the reason why I took this buy here, this was actually a break even, was because since we had a break construction on the 15 minutes, we had like so we have this break construction here on the 15 minutes. Break construction on the 15 minutes, and to me this is like one single push, like this is like one single push down. So if whenever we have a break construction, after a break construction, price will sometimes just pull back maybe into the bottom of this range. This is now like our new supply range. This is now like our new supply range from here to here. So if we have a break construction, price will mostly just pull back to maybe the bottom of the range, or maybe some refined supply ranges within this range before continuing the bearish structure that is starting to form. So that was the reason why I took the buy. So because I was like uh, expecting price to wanted to see price pull back, since we already have a break construction. We need to see price pull back. But I won't just maybe just start looking for demand zones, or yeah, I won't start looking for supply zones to the left. I will mostly work with the current price action. That's whenever I'm trying to take a counter trend trade, I normally just work with the current price action than looking for something like looking at the left side of the chart for maybe a zone to use for my reaction or something like that. So here the reason why I took the buy, just the same reason, the same why I take my entries. So we have like this break construction here. We have this as our break construction. Mm, We have this as our break construction here. So price pulls back into the new range, which is this low and this high. So price has now pulled back into the range, pushed up again. So we now have a new range, and this now has been confirmed to be our higher low. So I had this inside back candle here, and then when I was like looking at this as my entry. So when price pulled back into this zone, that was when I took the trade, and I was looking to target this particular zone here because this was like my last area of supply before the break construction. So I actually thought price would maybe pull back into that zone before continuing down, but that didn't happen. Like price just pushed up above this high, and then it just went down straight. So and then mm, so when I took this sell, I was looking at this. So here we had the bottom of the range. So I was thinking, okay, price has now tapped the bottom of this range. And there are times when we may use this. When you have like structure like this, there are times price just come to the bottom of the range. Like it won't even go deeper, or maybe to a supply zone. Okay, to just tap the bottom of the range and then just continue down. So that was the reason why I took this sell here, which I will like explain in more detail. So here, so when I saw price breaking structure here, when I saw price breaking this structure here, is like a break of structure to me. That's based on the 1 minute structure. So now the 15-minute structure now is bearish. It hasn't really been confirmed to be bearish, but we've had the bullish break. Like price has broken that bullish structure, and we are kind of bearish now, which is not really confirmed. And we are in that pullback phase of the 15 minutes. And now the 1 minute time frame is now aligning its structure and order flow with that of the 15 minutes, in the sense that we now have a bullish break in market structure. So now we are kind of bearish here on the 1 minute, which is not also confirmed yet. So I had this whole zone here as my reaction to this demand zone, all these demand ranges here. I had like this whole zone to be my last area of supply, and I also had this extreme supply. So what I wanted to see was if I could get a reaction from maybe a supply zone within this whole range, and then I'll take that confirmation. So as you can see here, we had this break here, this like a break. We have this minor break of structure here. So I wanted to see price pull back into this range, push down, breaking this and making a lower low. So that would be when I would take the trade to then take out this 15-minute low. But that didn't happen. So price like went higher for this extreme supply above here. So the same thing I had is the break here. Price has now tapped into this range. We have the break. Price push back up into the range again. We now have a new lower low, confirming this to be our lower high. So that was when I mapped out this week as my entry. Then I took the sell here. And my aim was to partial out most of my trade below this low and then just let the rest to run to this extreme supply zone here. And that was like around, I think this was around 117, but I partial out most of my trade just somewhere here. So it's not really up to maybe 17% or so. So that's the point. So I think I took another sale on that same Tuesday. I had a break even and then sell. The surprise did come back here after I have taken my partial. So I wasn't really bothered when it came up again to mitigate this. So down here, I think this was a 15 minutes range. So a 15 minutes range. So when price pulled back here, this one is like it's really kind of risk. I was almost stopped out here. So, but I wasn't. I was almost stopped out, but this is like a risky trade. So when we had this break construction here, because the why I say it's risky is because we are like almost down. We are very close to the demand range here. So I just wanted to take the sell because it looks good. So here we had our break construction here. Price pulled back. We have our lower high. Price confirms this high to be our lower high by making a new lower low since the 15 minutes is bearish now. The 1 minute is bearish again. That's the structure of the 15 minutes and 1 minute are both aligned together again. So I just felt confident taking the trade from this range here. Mm. So I felt confident taking the trade from this range here under my SL just above here. So and it's important you always give room for maybe spread or some kind of broker manipulation when you are setting your sell limits or when you are setting your stop loss. You have to like make room for all those stuffs. So this was the second trade. TP was exactly the same as the previous trade I took. So going over to Wednesday. So Wednesday, I actually had a missed trade. So here, down here, we are now within that 15 minutes. can't even remember if it was 15 minutes or a 4 hours zone. Shit. Mm, I think it was a 4 hours zone. Well, it depends on how you're looking at it. It could be a 15 minutes zone if you are looking at this as a single push. But the thing is, when we are day trading, we tend to pay attention to all these minor structures here. We always pay attention to them. But when you are looking at like the whole structure and this like a single 15-minute push, or maybe you can see this is a 1 hour push and then this is the pullback and then just looking for the next push. So on the 15 minutes we had like this supply range here, I like this to be arranged from this previous demand here. Sorry, this is the demand range, not supply from this previous demand here. So London session. So when I saw this break here, we had like this to be my last lower high on the 15 minutes. So when I saw this break of structure here, so I was saying, okay, now this 15-minute structure, maybe you can say is maybe internal. This whole structure is kind of internal to this bullish structure here, like this, like a pullback. So when I saw the break here, I saw this break. That was when I said, okay, we might be coming into this engulfed candle. So as I normally say, I won't always just set a limit as my demand zones. I want to see those confirmation before taking the trade. So let me quickly go to the 1 minute so I'll be able to show you how I took the trade. The first trade was actually a mid trade. I think that was on Wednesday. Try to go on Wednesday. The first one, the first buy was that isn't coming to my entry, so let me take the trade. So I missed out on the trade. So we had price indicating that 15 minutes zone which was here, and price broke this structure here. Price broke this structure here from this low is like our last lower high on the 1 minute. So we now have a break of structure. Price pulled back, made that higher low, higher low, and then confirmed it with a higher high. So what happened was that I wanted to, when I saw price, because I was actually just watching price when all these things happened. So when I saw price, which when this bearish candle formed, I wanted to take a sell. Like I don't know, I just wanted to just market execute the moment price came into this whole range. The moment price came into this whole range, but I was thinking about this engulfed candle here. This engulfed candle here. I was like, there's a possibility that price might want to pull back into this engulfed candle before continuing up. So I was like, okay, I should just wait for price to pull back down there, and price didn't come back for me. So I did take another buy that same London session. So just show so price didn't come back for my entry, which was down here. So here after we had the break above this high, this was like the last area of supply. The last area of demand, this range here, like the last area of demand before this break. So, and since we are already making higher highs and higher lows, we have this high, higher low. This could be like a single push higher high. They're expecting price to pull back to make that high low and then continue up. And we had this to be our 15 minutes high. So I just wanted to take the trade here, and when I took this particular trade, I was thinking to myself, I just want to partial out most of my trade above this high and then set my SL to break even. So which that's what I actually did. So when price pulled down here, I didn't take the trade on this particular zone because there's a possibility that price might pull back into this one or still come back for this particular demand zone. So that was the reason why I didn't set a limit directly on this. I just wanted to see maybe another confirmation that price still wants to continue on before taking the trade. So that was when price broke this high, they break above this high. So I was like, okay, just take the trade from this particular demand zone and my stop loss will be somewhere below it. So I set my limit here and then stop loss below here. And I just watched price come up above this 15 minutes high. That was when I partial out most of my trade and then just held on, I was later stopped at for break even somewhere yeah. So, got taken out for break even there. So, um, so, so I got taken out for break even in that particular zone. Yeah, whole price put back down here. So, and then we had a break construction here on the 15 minutes. So 15, we had another break. Well, so we now had the break construction here. So here, I think this was around New York section. Yeah, New York section. I saw the reaction to this. Now, mind you, this like I have this whole range telling me that price is still trading within a 4 hour demand. So we are still trading this like the 4 hour low and this is a 4 hour high. Let me go to the 4 hour so you able to see it clearly. Go to understand what I'm talking about. So this after we had this break construction here, we had this to be like some kind of break construction with this body close here. So this was like a demand range from here to here. So we're working within this high and this was so whenever price gave me like some kind of bullish confirmation to take a trade from any demand range within this range, I'll just take the trade and then was looking to just take out this high, but price didn't come up above this high. So I was still trading in line with the 4 hour order flow and structure. So down here I was actually confused. Like I didn't really know what the 15 minute structure wanted to do, but I just said okay, we are reacting to a 4 hour supply. It's only 15 minutes demand. Yeah, this inside back and it's really 15-minute demand, but it's kind of like within a 4 hour range. So when I saw reaction and despite having this reaction, I was still looking at this as some kind of okay, a break construction here. Mm, what's this? I was still looking at this to be some kind of break construction and this like our demand, sorry, our supply range here. And then I was just trying to like take a counter trend trade to just TP at this a supply zone here because price could just maybe respect this zone here, do whatever it wants to do, come into the the supply range and then continue this 15 minutes structure. So that was what I was thinking. So I just said, okay, let me just take the counter trend trade. So let me go to the 1 minute so I'll be able to explain to you how and why I took the buy from down. So down here, see my entry is the same thing, like just repeat whatever I did on the previous, just like repeat it. And so I don't really change much. So this was like a low, and then we had a break construction here. So normally I would just wait for the pullback lower high, sorry, pullback higher low, which is here, and then wait for that confirmation of any higher high, and then take the trade whenever price comes back to that new range. So that's exactly what I did here. This is like the textbook setup to me. So that was I just took the trade. Then my take profit was somewhere here in this supply zone here. I think that was around 1 is to 15, but I passed out most of the trade here because it's like my last area of supply before the break construction. So price could just uh, tap into the zone and then respect it and continue going down. I just partial majority of the trade here, and I think we didn't get a reaction to it. Yeah, we had this huge reaction to it. So yeah, partial most of the trade and then just let the rest run. So going over to Thursday, I did take another trade on Thursday. Yeah, so on Thursday, I actually took a buy instead of just flowing this whole structure. But if let me go to the 15 minutes. So the sometimes structure could be confusing there, but you just have to like the structure you are trying to study is that it has to make sense to you before you even plan on taking a trade based on that structure. Like I could have a berry structure and then you could have some kind of blue structure. And when we apply maybe whatever we know about structure and how we enter and exit trade, we could still be making money despite having different bias on maybe what we think the market or what we think the structure of the market should do. So here I have this break of structure here. So normally I say that I normally want to see some kind of confirmation before saying okay, yes, the market is clearly bullish or bearish. So from what we have here, we know that there's even on the 4 hour, we know that the confirmed structure is bullish. We know that the confirmed structure is like the 4 hour market structure is bullish. The 15 minutes here, the 15 minutes here, like it's not really, we're not really sure what the 15 minutes is, but from this bit of structure here, we could say that the 15-minute structure was bullish at some point because we had this break of structure, price pulled back, respected the zone, and then confirmed it with a new higher high. But then it failed to like this range failed to hold price. So, but now we've now had a break of structure, but we don't have like that confirmation higher, sorry, lower high to say that we are now fully bearish. We only have a break in the bullish structure, but it's not confirmed. And then remember on the 4 hour time frame, the structure is confirmed and the structure is bullish on the 4 hour. So we want to trade in line with the higher time frame. So when I started seeing this, the 4 hour confirmed structure is bullish. And now the internal structure here is kind of like just forming some kind of high. Let me move this range. Actually, range. So we have like some kind of higher low. So you could say I did like a break of structure, and then like this the push, and then price now pulling back into this range. Like we could look at it that way. So that is exactly how I was looking at it on Thursday. So I was saying, okay, the 4 hour time frame is confirmed bullish structure, and now this internal structure here is kind of, like I say, bullish. I could still take a trade because since I'm not looking to take a direct buy from here, I'm not looking to take a direct buy from here. I could still wait if I get an alignment. That's if the 1 hour, so if the 1 minute time frame aligns with the 4 hour structure, I could still take the buy. Like if the 1 minute structure is bullish and I want to take a buy, I could still take the buy from what the 1 minute structure is telling me. So that's what I did here. That's how I approach this particular price action here. So over to the going up to the 1 minute. I really need to quickly round off this trade. So here on the 1 minute, so here on the 1 minute, we had price mitigating this 15-minute demand zone. And then when price tapped into the demand zone, we now pushed up and broke this structure. Price pulled back, respected this engulfed candle here, and then pushed up to make a new higher high by breaking this high here. So I was looking at this engulfed candle as my entry. So that was where I took the trade, and my stop loss was below the zone. But I think I messed up the profit taking and stuff like that. But so it was actually a very nice trade. I was trying to target this 4 hour high here from this this 1 minute. But price really gets up to the high, so yeah. And we ended up break even after taking some partials above this high. So price just came back. I think this was NFP on Friday. I didn't take a trade on Euro USD on Friday, but I did take one on Pound USD. I took a sell on Friday. Pound USD, I took a sell there. So let me give the outlook for Euro USD. So I'll be using like different broker, but I didn't want to delete the markup I had for Euro USD, so I used this one here. So for I'll start from the daily. So is outlook for Euro USD. So the daily time frame on the Euro on EU is still very bearish, and we know that when we are bearish, that's when we are bearish, price will make lower lows and lower highs. We have some kind of bearish market structure, which is what we have. We have price making lower high, pushing down lower low, lower high, lower low, and then now we've now made this lower low here, and price is at that phase of pushing back up to make a lower high before continuing down. So it's either you wait for price that's based on daily time frame, it's either you wait for price to make that lower high, give the needed confirmation you want to see before um taking the trade. Like it's either you wait for price to pull back and then you look for your entry somewhere here and then to take out this low, or you just trade along with lower time frame structure until price gets to maybe the bottom of this range, or maybe this last area of supply. before the break or even this S3. So it all depends on how you want to approach the market. But from what we have on the daily time frame, you know that the structure of Euro USD is bearish and we know that the market is still bearish. And we are in that pullback phase. We are in a pullback phase. So it's either you wait for the pullback to complete or you trade along with it. So going over to the 4 hour time frame. So here on the 4 hour, we know that the pullback has started when we had this break or structure here. We now had the confirmation of this by this higher low here and then price making a new higher high. But since then, price has been ranging within this high and this low. So whenever the market is ranging, either you wait for a full breakout and then you continue your trading. Maybe price will break out below or break out above. Like it all depends on what the market wants to do. So it's either you wait for that breakout or you trade from the lower 30% or maybe 25% of the range, like this is like the lower 25% and then the higher 25%. So you could just maybe look for some kind of trade from here, like from within this here, using what you know and understand about structure, applying everything, but just like looking for trades within the lower third and then the higher third of the range, and then taking your profits within the range. So, but my best advice would be for you to wait for a full breakout. Like we've been trading within this range for, I think throughout last week, we've been within this range. And here you can also look at this as some kind of sense we are within this lower third of the range. You can say that okay, we have a shift in order flow. That's because we have this break, and this is like a 4 hour or something. We have this break here, and this is like a break. So when price pushed up, we can say okay, now price within that pullback range. So we can actually look for maybe sells. Sorry, we can actually look for buys within here. That's if you get that 15-minute confirmation from within this zone that price might want to go higher on the 15 minute, then we can follow it up with our 1 minute confirmation and then maybe just TP above this high. Like for me, I think it makes sense. Look at it that way. Let me check the 15 minute. Let's see if there's anything there. 15 minutes. Just in the structure will be clear on the 15 minutes. So yeah, we have the break here and price has now pulled back. So you could say that this, if you look at this as your shift in market structure, you have a break of structure here. So you can either look for the confirmation higher low here and then take the trade when price comes back again. That's after this break of structure. So they then take out this 4 hour high, or you could just take the trade directly but with a double confirmation on the 1 minute within here. So it all depends on what you feel comfortable doing. So that's it, guys. That is it for USD. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, sorry, the video is actually very long, but I'm just trying to be very detailed. Like I just need to be detailed in my analysis. So that's it, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, just click the subscribe button and like and share the video. So have a lovely weekend, guys. Bye for now.